What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Dose Media Network YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be going over the best plays you should be making on PrizePicks for the Thursday night football game, Dallas Cowboys versus Tennessee Titans. So let's get right into it. All right, taking a look at one of my favorite props for tonight, Dak Prescott over 115.5 first half passing yards. So obviously there is some blowout concern with this game in Tennessee with no Derrick Henry confirmed out, no Ryan Tannehill. The Titans are going to be starting a bunch of bench warmers, to be quite honest. So to mitigate some of those blowout concerns, we are going to take Dak Prescott's first half passing yards. As you can see, he's hit this line in 4 out of his last 5 games. And the game that he missed, he was at exactly 115. And we're just in the best spot on the slate. In my opinion, the Titans have a league worst secondary, giving up the most passing yards allowed to opposing quarterbacks. And Dak Prescott, the way that they get to the point of blowing the Titans out is through the air by scoring touchdowns. And I think Dak is going to be a big part of that on the road. And, if the Titans can come out in this game and be competitive, which we've seen them be competitive with less, and we've seen the Cowboys also play down to opponents, i.e. the Texans game. This game should be close. This game could be a game where Dak Prescott is going to have to throw the ball at least early in the game. So 115.5. I think is my favorite play on the entire board for this Thursday night football game. And if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We drop multiple PrizePicks videos every single week. We do DraftKings content if you're even still playing DraftKings. And make sure you join our free Discord. We post our plays each and every single day. Personally, I play more than just NFL. I play NHL. I play NBA, so make sure you join the Discord. It's free, like I said, and the link below is down in the description. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a ton. My second favorite prop and a good corollary piece with Dak Prescott first half is CeeDee Lamb first half receiving yards. As you can see on the screen, CeeDee Lamb is averaging 49.4 receiving yards per game over his last 5, well over this 35.5 mark. And I just think if you're playing Dak Prescott first half passing yards, you might as well play his top pass catcher and CeeDee Lamb to go over 35.5 receiving yards. The matchup is obviously very, very good for both Dak and CeeDee Lamb. So this could be a sweat. Hopefully both of these guys just come out and do their job. But I think if you're playing Dak, which is my favorite, you're just playing CeeDee Lamb along with him. Another prop that I like for the full game, I like Dalton Schultz over 3.5 receptions, as we can see on the screen right here. Dalton Schultz hasn't hit in the last 2 games. He's finished with 2 and 3 catches, and this is just a game where I think with no Tony Pollard and Zeke kind of being a little washed up going up against a league best run defense in Tennessee, I think we could see the Cowboys come out a little bit more pass heavy. And I also like Dak over 19.5 completions. These plays are all juiced on books, so I think if you're playing PrizePicks correctly, you're looking at Vegas and you're comparing odds between your plays, and Dalton Schultz is minus 150 plus to get over 3.5 catches. And I really do like this spot, especially, like I said, no Tony Pollard. And I think Dak is just going to come out and throw the ball a little bit more, quite frankly. So Dalton Schultz over 3.5 completions. And if you don't want to play the passing yard, first half for Dak, 19.5 completions is a good look. Dak has hit this in 8 straight games. He's hit this in 8 out of 10. One of the games that he didn't hit, he finished with 14, and that was the game he got hurt in week 1. And then he finished with 19 in the game that he came back from injury. So over 19.5 completions is also juiced pretty heavily right now. That and Dalton Schultz is a good correlating bet for sure. And then we need a Titans player just to make a slip. I really only like Dallas Cowboys stuff on this slate. I mean, the Titans are just in a very, very bad spot going into this game. It's a pretty meaningless game for them. Next week is the game that ultimately matters. So I can see why they're resting Derrick Henry and just having him, ready to go for a week 18 matchup against Jacksonville to determine who gets into the playoffs. But if I had to pick a Titan, my only favorite Titan play on this slate would be Treylon Burks over 21.5 receiving yards. And I also like Treylon Burks over 10.5 first half receiving yards. So if you want to run the Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Treylon Burks combo all first half, I definitely love that. And I mean, honestly, I have no real reasoning behind this besides that the Titans are 13-point underdogs in this spot, and 11 yards for Treylon Burks, the number one wide receiver in this Titans offense, is just way too low, to be quite honest. Just so low, and I know he had 0 receiving yards in the first half against the Texans last week, and in his full game, let's take a look at his full game. He finished with 0 receiving yards in this game against Houston, so did not see the ball one time last week, but I think he was coming back off an injury. They were kind of working him in this spot. I mean, they're going to have to use their wide receivers, and he's the best wide receiver on the Titans. So this is just a bet on talent, and 21.5 or 10.5, I think both are too low for a number one wide receiver in any offense, and I'd feel very comfortable just rolling out Treylon Burks as the Titans play, or honestly just fade the Titans in general and go to the NHL or NBA, to be honest. That's personally what I would do. But that is going to be it for the video. Like I said, make sure you join the Discord. We post way more plays than we talk about on these videos, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next week.